Hello guys, this is Dramat here. So this beta is still a bit laggy and accurate 2 and 3s, it's skirmish. There aren't really much players who like to test, I don't know why, because it's still cool. Anyways, I started to talk about stats. Don't forget, I'm not an English speaking person. Maybe I have problems with to explain what I'm trying to say. You can leave a comment. I will comment if I find the time. No problem. So let's talk about the stats. In general, nothing really much has changed. The biggest change is that we have new stats. This time it's multi-strike and versatility. The other ones aren't implemented yet. And we have a change on critical strike. Critical strike normally does 200% damage. In Warlords of Draenor it will do 150%. It's also the second it's one of the highest. It has one of the highest costs. It's the second expensive stat we have. I'm here in Ashran. Let's see here. So you can see I have an item level about, where is it? Oh, it's not scaled up. Scale. Let's see here. I am stacking crit now because I love crit. Even it's so expensive and it's nerfed, it's still pretty good. Yeah, except. Okay, the stats were right. Oh, no, I don't want to get in fight. Let's get back. On item level 690, you will see I can get up to 25%, to over 25% crit, which is for a red paladin pretty high. You can't reforge. PvP here have no sockets, nothing. You only have enchants on 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Okay, 5 items. We have 5. 5 enchants. I use Mark of the Thunderlord to get a critical strike buff, which means I can get up to about 30%. So okay, let's talk about stats. Crit has offensive benefits and defensive. It's easy and nothing changed really much. We have to make a decision. I mean, let's look. A flash of light heals before. What was it? Yeah, but it's pretty much. You see, you can heal very long. 28 of 30,000 heal. That's the defensive benefit. The offensive benefits show every attack expect our mastery and flight can crit. Even multi-strike can crit. It's expensive, it's nerfed, but it's not so bad at all. Because if you still need to heal, and in Warlords of Draenor the playstyle of a red paladin doesn't change so much, but there are changes. You have to use the opportunities to heal. That means if you're fighting against a warrior or Windwalker monk or even a frost mage or someone else, if you have the opportunity to heal through an instant word of glory, instant flash of light if you Spectre of the Sealer, it's this talent, or if you have time to cast, use it. Because the one which is alive normally will die, because it's not so easy to kill someone, for example in a stun, like it's possible in Mists of Pandaria. You get stunned, 2 guys on you, normally you die. In Warlords of Draenor it's a bit different. You normally not die, because the damage output is not so high as it's in Warlords of Draenor. And if you have the opportunity to heal, you have a crit heal, it's quite awesome. The same goes for damage. I love crit, I love stacking one stat. This isn't the optimum. This isn't not the optimum way to play classes. I'm not a high skill player. I don't play on high ratings. I still love it. I just want to talk about it. Don't misunderstand it. The next one is Haste. I can get to Haste. You see here I haven't not really much Haste because on the items here I have crit and a bit of mastery. A small amount of multi-strike and a small amount of haste. So let's get, where's haste equip? So now we are up, 447. So we can get a bit higher. Where's haste? Versatility, haste is, it's also nearly the same on life. Haste has, in most cases, only an offensive benefit, but it has still a defensive benefit, which isn't high, really much, but you can cast more. You can cast faster, I'm sorry. It's not so much. Normally, Flash of Light has about 1.5 seconds of cast time. Now we have 1.28. It's not that great. The biggest benefit you get from Haste still is if you're on your target, your abilities, you can use them faster, you can generate more holy power, which you can spend on heal or doing damage through a Templar's Verdict, Final Verdict, or through Divine Storm. I'm playing with Divine Purpose because it fits my playstyle much better than Holy Avenger or Sanctified Wrath do. I love it playing a bit more hybrid one because Divine Purpose can give me procs after using Holy Power. That means the more Holy Power you get, the more Holy Power you spend, the more procs from Divine Purpose you get. Even if you use one Holy Power for a Word of Glory, you can still have a proc. The chance is, I thought it was about 8%, 2 Holy Power it's about 16%, and if you use 3 Holy Power you have 25% chance. So you can heal someone else up. If you have a proc series from about 3 or 4, you can heal yourself or someone else much up. If you use crit, as I normally do, and you have 2 crits on it, it's still awesome, but it's RNG. So Haste can give you much more HP, bigger HP generation. As I said, use it on healing, use it on doing damage. It's pretty awesome if you use Final Verdict, and you get proc and you get the DP proc and the Divine Storm proc from Final and the Divine Storm proc, which we from the tier 16, which was implemented for Reds. It's also if you use TV DS. TV DS it's very much damage, and maybe Red Paladin is really an option for rated PGs because of that much area of effect damage. So Mastery. Mastery is the cheapest stat we have now. Going into Mastery always goes hand in hand with one problem. It has no defensive effect. No. Only offensive. Okay, if you're very offensive and get your opponent under so much pressure, you don't have to, that he must play so extreme much defense, you don't have to go in your defense. That you can say, okay, this is the defense aspect of Mastery. But to be honest, it's after we lost Inquisition, which is totally okay. But it's a huge nerf. We lose 30% holy damage and 10% crit, but the holy damage was really much. It's really hurts. Rex, does I have mastery? Yeah, I have here. So, Ari 49. Yeah, okay, I got up to 56. I'm not changing the enchants because I have written it down. 56.41%. That's okay. No, that's okay. But don't forget, the numbers aren't that high. And you can't do that much pressure. No one does. There aren't many specs that can do so much pressure. I think it's still okay, but I'm not sure if it's really that good at all. On live, many reds are running with crit and mastery to get high burst, or to get more damage outside the cooldowns, because all the high-rated red paladins, for example, are playing with Holy Avenger. It's the most burst you can get. You could stack mastery, but stacking crit and mastery has much more benefit. You gain much more benefit. Mastery normally is pretty cool, because the sustained damage is quite high, but you have to stick on your targets. It goes the same problem with Haste. But Haste has a small benefit, you can see here. If we was at 1.28 seconds, it's very small defensive benefit, but we have it. So, the next one. The new one, Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike is pretty awesome, but I think it can be kinda overpowered for some specs, because if you, I could get up Multi-Strike equip. That's much more. I could. There's enchant. Where is it? This one is it. If you stack, Multi-Strike isn't that expensive. It's really cheap. It's a really cheap one. I think the mastery is the cheapest one. Then I think then comes Multi-Strike. You see here you can stack. You can have 2 stacks from this proc. 500 you can stack to up to 1000. I was over 35% in duels in front of Orgrimmar. Then I was at you have item level 690. I think it was 35%. It's really heavy. If you have Multi-Strike, for heals example, it's really awesome. It can crit. Maybe too less. That's bad. Multi-Strike, just to give it a small explain, every attack that can crit has a chance to proc Multi-Strike, which is a copy of the original attack, but doing only 30% damage. This can crit, and this benefits from this can crit. It means if you're doing 10,000 Crusader Strike and you chain Multi-Strike, then you have 3,000 extra damage. This can crit. 50%, that means it could crit up to 4,500. This also goes for heals. I noticed that Seal of Insight also has the chance to Multi-Strike, which isn't quite high, but it's kinda nice. Stack up to Multi-Strike isn't that bad. I did some duels against Unholy Decays a few weeks ago, before it was such laggy. It's pretty awesome, even if because you have to heal so much. They do so much damage, you have to heal, and you heal and you chain a Multi-Strike. No one comes. That's bad. It's critical Multi-Strike. Yeah, you can chain so much heal, and you can do so much damage if you have your wings up, your trinket procs are used, and you have about 2 or 3 Multi-Strikes on big crits. It's really awesome, even on heals. I want to show you that maybe 18% is too low. It's really awesome. I think it's hard to balance. I'm still a bit against this stat because, for example, if you're taking a rogue and the rogue really has to do daggers. The daggers are very fast. You have so much small attacks, and if you're stacking up this to about, yeah, as I do, 35%, or maybe it's more possible for rogue, I don't know. It's pretty hard, and rogue doesn't. And the rogue does still do much damage. In the opener, you can lose about 40% or more, 50% life or more sometimes. It's pretty hard. I think it's a bit overpowered for much specs, but we will see. The last stat is Versatility. It's simply a combination of PvP power and resilience. You see here, I have red paladins have versus sensitivity aura. Is it which gain 3%? Sensitivity aura here is. We have 3% baseline. That means we will do. Is it here? We will do our damage and healing done is increased by 3% and decreases damage taken by 1.5%. I made some videos, the damage boost series you can find on my channel, where I stacked everything up for percentual damage. You can see here we have 103%, which comes from this one. And let's get to versatility. 9%, isn't that correct? Do not change the enchants. You see it here. 8%. No, from here. So it's the damage decrease we get is always the 50% of the original value. So it will here about 108 exactly. And if you where's the puppet? Just I'm not so often here, so I don't know where what is. Oh, they are there. Great healing. Oh no, they are always sitting back. Okay, never mind. Versatility is the stat for hybrids because your damage is you increase your damage, you heal, and you get less damage. The problem is the problem is it's the expensive stat we have. It's more expensive than crit. And crit is even expensive. If we are talking about way over 10%, I think it could be a way to go. But I did so many duels and skirmish. The overall benefit could be okay, but in many cases other stats are better. For example, if you're stacking multi-strike, as I did, the duels, the play, even in Ashran here, which is surging normally, it feels much, yeah, it was easier a bit. What I did, I stacked Versatility and run with Blessing of Kings, because for more damage. Don't forget the main stat, which still is strength. Here's about over 5,000. This rate, 5,037 strength, is our spell power, which is increasing our heal and our damage. Where is it? Here's attack power. Spell here. And stacking versatility, which increases damage and heal, and going to the up for the main stat, which Blessing of Kings will give us. We are able to heal much more. 56, more than 50. You see here? It's a multi-strike. It's a huge difference. We did about 28 to 30k. Now we are going up to 30, nearly 60k crit. 33,000, 30.5, 33.6. This is a huge difference. It's about an increase from about 10 or 12%. If I do math correctly. It's pretty awesome. I think you could really run with Blessing of Kings if you're not stack into Mastery, because it's cheap, but I think it's not worth it. You have to stick on your target to really get benefits from it, and it isn't all time. For example, if you're fighting a marksman hunter or a hunter overall, or frost mage or mages overall, you are not always on your target. If you're fighting melees, don't have to talk about it. But if you're fighting ranged classes or casters, you are not always on your target. And then versatility, don't forget, you are taking less damage. It's not so much. If you are at 10%, you are getting 5% less damage, but 5% are 5%. You are still healing. You would heal 10% more. And if you're going with Blessing of Kings, you saw it's 10 or 12% more healing. And damage is not so much, but you can survive much longer. I tried it. I did it in. I used this in some skirmish 2 and 2. It really helped. It's not so bad, but it's so expensive. And the question is, what will we lose on other stats? If the other stats stay in quite a bit high, or some stats, for example, here Mastery still is at 32%, and I'm not using Blessing of Might, which is here. That's okay. I mean, 32% is still high. Critical suck 15%. 10%, 11% haste. That's okay overall. I don't know what Blizzard will do with the PvP items, because you see here you have normally two or three versions of your PvP items on beta. You see here, this is these are the gloves, which has the set bonus. So where is the other one? No, this one has no. This is, you see the secondary stats. The main stats are all the same. The secondary stats, we see haste and versatility, and here we see crit and multi-strike. So the problem is, to be honest, no one wants to leave the set bonus. Why? I don't get it. Why should I use other items? Because they have one stat I want to stack, or two, and lose 1 or 2 set bonuses. I mean, these set bonus Red have, overall the PvP set bonuses are really strong. Red Paladins still have the problem, if you use wings, you are CC'd. Even in Warlords of Draenor. Maybe it's I don't know why. But we have, if you're using Avening Wrath, a sheep, for example, only lasts 50% of its normal duration, and all other CC, which is quite awesome. This, the next set bonus is also very awesome. Spending Holy Power increases your damage and healing by 3% each Holy Power you use. It means 9% more damage and more heal if you use 3 Holy Power on heal or damage. There's no difference. So, stacking versatility, which increases our damage and healing, using the set bonus. If you're doing a Templar's Verdict, you have 9 seconds long, 9% more damage and heal, and you still have this here. And it's Glyph. If you're using this Glyph, after using Word of Glory, you chain 3, 6 or 9% more damage. If you use it on 3, you chain 9%. Combined with this set bonus, because we are using Holy Power, you're additionally getting 9% more damage and 9% heal. I combine with this one and combine with this one. It's kind of ridiculous amount of damage you do. And heal, for example. It's damage healer. It's 29% healing. It's really awesome. You have to stack it, but it's not. It's easy. Yeah? If you have this glyph, and you have the set bonus. I don't know. It's should be a fourth piece one. And you're using a Word of Glory. You gain 18% more damage and 9% more healing, which is quite awesome. And you're always spending holy power. It doesn't matter if you're using it on heal or damage. You still gain these power. You gain 3, 6 or 9% more damage and healing. It's really quite awesome. So, yeah, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If I find enough time, I will ask you. Please don't forget, I'm not an English-speaking person. Maybe many things aren't clear to you. That's why please leave a comment if you have questions or don't understand what I was talking about or something else. I will end it here. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, maybe see you in a few days. Bye bye.